Y2K is out, late 2000s, early 2010s is in. I'm Lindsay, and this series is going to tell you all the trends that were going on during this time and how you can be ahead of the curve. Before I dive into the first segment, you may be like, why are you able to talk about this? I have been predicting trends since this time period when I was in high school. I ran a fashion blog during this time. I was on Lookbook. Right now, I run a podcast, I run a blog, and I talk on here online about fashion. Dress however you want. Trends are just fun, so let's dive into it. As with every trend, this is a rebellion of what came before. Y2K was pink, girly, like glam, McBling. This was not. This was messy, grungy. This was when we were about to get on Tumblr. This was the rise of it girls like Sky, who got famous from MySpace, Corey Kennedy. This was Nylon Mag era. Today, as a general overview, I'm going to talk about just how everyone wanted to dress really differently and how everyone kind of wanted to dress ugly, which is what we're seeing again. We are seeing people talk about how 2024 fashion trends are just kind of ugly. That's what this era was. That's what the whole era was. This whole era was messy. You did not want to look polished and put together like what we saw in the 2010s and like what we saw in the early 2000s. You did not want to match. You never wanted to match. You wanted to look a little sleazy. We've been talking about indie sleaze for like a couple years on this app. Well, this is what this era was, but a little bit more. There are specific trends that I will talk about that I think will definitely come back, but this video is more so just talking about the general style of just not being thrown together. Everything was meant to be messy. We've been talking about messy girl makeup. We've been talking about messy hair. Most people like to tease their hair during this time or do some kind of beach wave. Your clothes could be expensive. They can be expensive, but they need to not look expensive. Personal style was what this time period was. We didn't see personal style at a rise in the 2000s, early 2000s, and we didn't see that in the late 2010s, but we've been seeing it now, which is a call to the sign that this is coming back. I believe this era in the late 2000s, early 2010s was really influenced by the 90s, really influenced by 90s grunge, because it's definitely a little tough, a little mixed matched. There's a lot of leather, a lot of black, a lot of like random pieces. You wanted to stand out during this time period. Of course, there's always people throughout all times that want to stand out, but this was more of the general concept. You never, ever wanted to dress like anyone else. This was like the era of gatekeeping. You did not want to tell someone your favorite thrift store. You didn't want to tell someone where you got everything because you wanted to be the one wearing it. I think that we will see a rise of sort of grungier clothing coming in, which we already are, messier aesthetics coming in, which we already are, but it will continue to grow and it will continue